I'm gonna pay $800 to get the best audio engineer in the world to master my track. And I'm gonna get the same track mastered by AI for just $10. I'm also gonna master the track myself, so at the end you can compare each version and tell me which one you think sounds the best. So I need to order the $800 master first because that's gonna take the longest for me to get back. There are a lot of legendary audio engineers out there, but when it comes to electronic music, there's really one guy who's king. It's Luca Predolesi. He has a ton of Grammy nominations and a couple Grammy wins. He mastered the latest Skrillex album. He worked on Drake's electronic album. The list goes on. But I'm so curious to see what this is gonna sound like. The song I'm using is my own track called Knocking on My Door. By the time you're watching this video, it'll be officially out on Spotify, so you can go check it out on Spotify or whatever streaming service you use, and I'll tell you what master I ended up using for the official release at the end of the video when I figure that out. So what Luca Predolesi is doing for me is a little bit more advanced than basic mastering. I'm actually sending him these 9 stems. This process is called stem mastering, so this is going to give him a little bit more control than just a basic stereo master. So I've just sent his studio an email to set it all up. Now I just have to wait to hear back from them and see if they'll accept me as a client. Alright, so it is the next day now and they've sent the agreement over, so I'm just going to check it out and make sure everything's okay, and then I'll send the payment. Alright, so I've just signed the contract and sent the payment over. That's a lot of freaking money for just a master, so I hope it's worth it. But while we're waiting on that whole process to play out, let's get the $10 master done. This service called Lander uses AI to master your track instantly. This is not an ad for them at all. If the master sucks, I'll be the first to tell you. So I'm just gonna drag my pre-master file in here. I used this service a couple years ago for a video and I haven't used it since then. So I'm actually hoping that their AI algorithm or whatever the hell it is they use has improved since the last time I checked it out. So the track has just been running through their algorithm for a minute or two. I don't think it's gonna take that much longer. It's kind of interesting seeing all the processes it's going through. I think it's adding certain plugins. Oh, there, it just finished. So I'm actually gonna refrain from listening to the final master because I wanna hear all 3 of the different masters at the same time that you guys do. So I'm not gonna listen to it right now. I'm gonna keep the style in balanced mode and the loudness in medium. I just want the average settings here. And then I'll just hit create master. So I just have to pay the $10 here and then I'll get the final version. All right, let's just download the file now and then wait until we have the other masters to compare everything. And I'm gonna give myself the same 9 stems that I sent to Luca. I'm super curious if I can make a master that holds up against his, or if his master is just gonna blow mine out of the water. I don't want this video to be overly technical. I have plenty of other videos on my channel for that, so I'm not gonna go into depth on the mastering process that I did here. I want this video to be more about comparing the final results. So I just spent some time mastering. I think it's actually sounding really good. Now we just have to wait a little longer. All right, so I'm super excited. I just got the master from Luca's studio back. I'm really pumped to hear what they came up with and how it sounds. I haven't listened to anything yet still, so you're gonna listen to it at the same time as I do. I'm just gonna start playing the full track and switching back and forth between each version. So I wanna see if you can guess which is which. So it's either the AI master, my master, or Luca's master.
Daisy, text on a daily.
Luka's master is the vocals sound amazing, the drums and percussion sound good and are really upfront, but it sounds a little too squashed. Like in the drop, the lead is kind of lost in the drums and percussion. So to tell you which master it was which, if I zoom in here, master 3 was the AI master. I actually want to look at an EQ to see what it's doing here, so let's just check them all out while looking at this EQ. And let's compare that back and forth with my master, which was master 1 up at the top. So obviously they didn't push the level of the master as hard as I did, which is fine in certain cases. You may not want to push your tracks that hard, but it seems like they scooped out some mids and that lead synth isn't as present as I would like it to be. Now Luka's master was master 2. I'm just going to toggle between that master and my own master. So let's see if we can hear the difference. Drums are super punchy in his master and are really cutting through the mix. The kick is cutting through, the hats are cutting through, but I'm really losing that main lead synth, which is like the whole rhythmic backbone to the track. Let's forget about the AI master now. I just want to go to the verses and compare how the verses sound in the two masters.
Find another me. I'm not gonna be the one to fall for those lies again.
Bass sounds super wide in his, which is kind of nice. I like how wide it sounds. I kind of want to analyze that on a stereo imaging plugin.
Find another me. I'm not gonna be the one to fall for those lies again.
If you look at mine, it actually probably is way too narrow in these verses, the stereo field, so I probably should widen up the verses in my version a little bit. If you look at his version, it's nice and wide. But I think he has a bunch of analog gear, so he was able to push the master volume really high. I'm actually curious how loud this is in terms of volume. His is super loud, like minus 5.8 RMS, that's really loud. So I think I've actually learned a lot by listening back and forth to these masters. I do like how wide and crispy he was able to make his master, and I'm gonna try to replicate that in mine while still having that main lead sound be really present like I do in my mix. So I am really gonna use his master to try to get the exact balance I want in my own master, and I thought it's been very helpful to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. By the time you're watching this video, the final version will actually be out on Spotify. So make sure to go check out the final version. It's called Knocking on My Door by myself, Big Z. So you can go look it up on Spotify or just hit the link down below. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.